his body language changes and he becomes more aggressive and looking for a shot.
Joseph penetrates and they pitch it outside to Josh Jackson, who knocks down a three.
When a person is hesitant on an injury, you'll see him hesitate. That time again, Paul George all the way to the basket.
George swipes at the ball. Jackson recovers and tries to drive in off the window. That's 5 points for Jackson. He had 21 last night in their loss in Portland. Jackson, the early cash cow, swivels his way down the lane, off the window, not there. Jackson, the early cash cow, swivels his way down the lane, off the window, not there.
Under Dwayne Casey seems to be fitting in nicely with this young core.
Jackson for three, and now that's a quick 8 points in 2 minutes.
But since then, he's averaging about 14, almost 15 points a game.
And then comes up with a defensive play, and this is Plumlee back the other way. Ellington, the pull-up three. Plumlee gets his first basket. I'm a huge Plumlee fan. He's been great in Portland. He was great in Denver. As Reggie Jackson lays it up and in for his first points tonight. Jackson stops and fires. And Plumlee collects the loose ball. Clippers just 3 misses so far. Jackson tight ropes the baseline. They sling it in the corner. Bay misfires on the three. Long rebound goes back to Joseph. Jackson, the hot hand. And the Vitesse Zubats rises for the rebound. Plumlee posting on Kennard. Jackson fakes the three. George on the flyby. They go back to Joseph for the triple, and he knocks it. And this is his 11th game with the Pistons.
That time by the Clippers on the defensive end. You can't leave someone that wide open just to knock in an open shot like that, if you have the right pieces to the puzzle in place.
Joseph up top to Ellington. Clippers showing their teeth defensively here. This is Bay, misses on the three. Gifted shooter, and Jackson has the loose ball, but Amadou Diallo gives back to Joseph, and nips the front rim, and Reggie Jackson gallops across half court.
Diallo from the corner got the dish from Isaiah Stewart, missed the shot. Marcus Morris to forecourt. Morris stops, fires, it's in and out.
But he did hint at, look, I'm a guy in the playoffs that likes to change things up and not give a lot of people things that they can get ready for, as Jackson sheds his defender and thunders it in. I mentioned how the Pistons have alternated wins and losses over their last 8 games. Clippers are hoping history doesn't hold true tonight because they lost last night in Portland. And the Clippers look to whittle into what is now the largest lead for the Pistons. Seductive ball fake by Jackson. Steps to the foul line and knocks it in, cuts it down to 7. Second basket for Reggie Jackson.
Jackson able to get to a comfortable 15 feet. Knock it in.
He's made 51 threes over his last 22 ball games at better than 50%.
Jackson able to get to a comfortable 15 feet. Knock it in.
He's made 51 threes over his last 22 ball games at better than 50%. It's been fun to see. He has been, again, another one of those players that has really stepped up. Batum escapes and flushes it in for 2. Clippers down 4.
No, and you never know what happens when you can put all the numbers and the faces and the names together in a trade and say this works perfect for what we need right now. In the pie, so to speak, to what happened with the non-success of that trade.
Of course, it could be a potential finals matchup. Clippers and Nets have a lot of work to do before that happens. Whistle, offense, make it a travel, beg your pardon. Turnover against the Pistons. Clippers down by 2.
Needs to get out of San Antonio, and now they both go to Brooklyn. It's like, well, I can't believe you got Blake Griffin and the Rockets. What do you mean? the perception changed on those 2 players really quickly.
Blake Griffin made my job as good, if not the best, in the league. Right. I know the fans feel that same way. I think he's the most important Clipper of all time, but that's a discussion for another day. As the mismatch he wants, drives on Stewart, but loses the ball. 6 giveaways now for the Clippers, and quickly back the other way, the Pistons strike. As the mismatch he wants, drives on Stewart, but loses the ball. 6 giveaways now for the Clippers, and quickly back the other way, the Pistons strike, and Josh Jackson soars in. 47-42. Pistons continue to play with confidence. So does Luke Kennard. Flings a three. Bucket for Luke Kennard. He hasn't missed. He's 4 for 4.
The play to perfection to get Luke Kennard the wide open shot. He just had to square up, knock it in.
Jackson fades and fires, and Josh Jackson now with 12. He is no longer on pace to score 128.
I'll just let you live with that one, you know.
Jackson, a good foul by Kennard. I think that was a bunch of malarkey. Jackson at the first of 3. Now a quick word from Jack in the Box.
What about tomfoolery?
Are you asking if he used it or when that term was first used?
Detroit still shooting 57%. More importantly, 53% from behind the three-point line.
7 turnovers have not helped the cause for the Clippers either.
Gets to his spots, not in a rush. Doesn't get rattled.
Jackson with a nonchalant runner.
No, add me in the mix.
Oh
like
my
4
gosh,
Jacksons.
this is brutal.
Really?
Josh Jackson.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, seriously, because that's just too easy.
Just having back and forth here. Josh Jackson, mid-range jumper, wide right, and Ivica Zubac glances at the clock and requests a screen from Mann, who dives, dishes. Morris the catch, but cannot convert.
Wow, everything was right.
Maybe by design why he has that. Yeah. Jackson back at the free throw line, knocks down the first. Foul was on Marcus Morris Sr. Has certainly been a problem for teams with younger players that kind of want to stash them down there, at least get their timing back, get some game reps in. Nice pass inside. George recovers after the juggle. Now a whistle and a foul goes on Josh Jackson.
You know, that arena, that area, multifamily, retail, that part of Detroit, heading into downtown to see Jackson pull up for a jump shot. Oh, crazy bread all day. And you know the best thing about Little Caesars Pizza? Because you got 2 of them.
Yes!
Oh.
It's a Michelin-rated restaurant.
What?
I promise you. Jackson misses on the 3. Zubac with the rebound. Something he did not have in his first couple of months with the Clippers back in 2019 because they were broken. Jackson active, deflects the ball. George has to actively recover it here, and now under duress, a whistle and a foul will send George to the line. A very aggressive style of defense for the former Jayhawk. 68-64 Pistons. Clippers with the ball. Kennard dives down the lane, off the window and in, and he is a perfect 5 for 5. He has 11 points in 13 minutes. Jackson on Jackson. Ray's coming after the game. Back to Bay for 3, and he continues to smolder his 3rd. Reggie back the other way, creating space, fades and fires, and Reggie Jackson 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Clippers have to lock in defensively, get multiple stops, kind of take away the easy looks. Talked about the Pistons are getting better contested shot right there. This better offense. That time by Jackson.
Great ball movement. Ellington for 3. It's good. Their 11th triple tonight, 76-68. I don't know if that counts as a screen assist for Zubac, but he did a lot of work on that play, creating the path for Morris, who has 18. Joseph the other way, count it, and a foul. Paul George gets his defender in his pocket, plays catch with Reggie. The C's part, look out below, wheels up for Paul George. And the Pistons have the largest lead of the game by 10. Aaron pass, another turnover, 11 of them for the Clippers, but it looks like the Pistons give it right back as Bay stepped out of bounds. Christina thinks A-Rod made his major league debut in 1994. That's the same year that Glenn Taylor took ownership of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Inside and outside, Marcus Morris Sr. doing work. He has 29. Tough shot by Joseph. Nice rebound by Jackson. The Clippers trail by 4. It was a satellite class I was taking from Ohio State.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, I get this glaring look through the mirror right here, this window, or whatever this divider is.
I'm going to cancel that satellite math class from the Ohio State. Jackson soars in and scores.
Whatever this divider is.
I'm going to cancel
And
that
then
satellite math class from the Ohio State. Jackson soars in and scores, flying over California.
By the Pistons. Well, it's 26 right now, points.
Reggie for three. Diallo with the rebound, but this time his pocket picked and Lee racing back the other way. Oh, not this time, says Reggie Jackson. Man, got it! Lee racing back the other way. Oh, not this time, says Reggie Jackson. Man, got it! We are tied with 10 minutes to play.
Seeing that a little bit with the Pistons right now, with the Clippers turning it up on the defensive end. Now, able to take the lead. But that's what happens when you have young teams in a long season. Right. I don't see how they can miss all night. I really don't.
I mean, come on.
No.
Jackson tries to challenge Ivica Zubac, misses the shot. What a tough finish by Stewart. Cuts the lead down to one.
The weak side has to double down and come down and kind of at least get a body on Isaiah Stewart to get him out the lane or just occupy him so he can't tip it back in.
Nice crossover by Reggie. Zoo comes away with the rebound and puts it back up and in. Drives it on Diallo. Blocked from behind by Doumbouya. What a game. Jackson back the other way for the Pistons. The leaping leaner is good and the lead is cut back down to one. This has been wildly entertaining.
Oh, yeah, for us. I mean, you know, both teams kind of going at it.
Oh, the Batum Battalion. The win against the Rockets, that's the most he's had since February 2nd against the net. Jackson 6 for 6 from the stripe. Wow.
And as a team,
Clippers holding on to a 2-point lead. George, the step away. Rebound by Frank Jackson. Clippers reshuffle the deck. George stripped by Jackson. He wants a whistle, not going to get it.
So they want to prove to themselves that they can complete it. So they're not going to give up.
Batum feeling good, lets it fly. Yes, sir. Stewart draws a crowd. They go back to Jackson left alone. Ellington with the long rebound. Rondo late in the clock. Batum, can he bail him out one more time? In and out. Plumlee. Nice pass by Jackson. Plumlee makes the extra pass to Ellington, and Ivica Zubac gobbles up his 10th rebound and now fouled in the backcourt. Because when we played the Denver Nuggets a week ago, he was missing layups around the iron, but some rest has done him well. Jackson forces it up, follows his miss. No, Plumlee, offensive goaltending, wipe it away. Because when we played the Denver Nuggets a week ago, he was missing layups around the iron, but some rest has done him well. Jackson forces it up, follows his miss. No, Plumlee, offensive goaltending, wipe it away. He's done a wonderful job. Remember, he was on that bench for the Mavericks. He was their defensive coordinator back in 2011. George misses on the shot. Game very much still on the line. Jackson accelerates, hangs inside. Marcus Morris Sr. comes away with the rebound. Pistons here in the quarter just 5 for 15. Jackson.
Another one, another challenge right there, making it extremely difficult.
The Denver Nuggets lost earlier today in Boston. With still a game to play against the Nuggets with the series on the line.
You're talking about getting up to the #2 position there in the Western Conference. 7 of the 18 games, including this one, are against teams.
You could hear Marcus Morris Sr. saying, how could you even see that? It was the baseline official that called the foul at the top of the key.
And again, you got to see kind of through traffic from the baseline to make that call. Position to call that call, to make that call. I mean,
Jackson 2 out of 3 at the free throw line.
The confidence as far as the continuity, offense, defense, things like that, they are gaining that, and they're integrating Rondo now into the fold. He's going to be a little astray. You're not going to be able to knock down shots. Sometimes in a playoff series, that what keeps you in games is your defense.
The defense didn't show up until the second half, or maybe even tonight till the fourth quarter.